Woven wire fencing versus high tensile fencing. Would I do it again with woven wire? Yes. I think your perimeter fence needs to be a physical barrier, and you need to think about it that way. And your interior fences don't need to be a physical barrier. Be sure you stick around to the end of this video. There are a lot of awesome tidbits of information. Today we're out here on the farm. We're doing a little bit of fence work, and we got a lot of pro tips to share with you guys. You're gonna learn something today on the Stoney Ridge. I encourage you to leave a comment. Tell me what you learned down below. I'd love to hear from you if you have any tips or pointers yourself. Morning, cows. Good morning, everybody. It is early. Welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. I'm Josh, and today we've got some work to do. The cows are right across the pasture over here from me at the house, and they are bored and they're tearing up things. They've been out on this pasture for about 3 days now. They're full. They got plenty of grass. Hopefully by the time you watch this video, we have finally gotten a little bit of rain. And again, they're tearing the fences up. We're gonna take you guys over there and show you. We're gonna grab some fencing supplies and we're gonna knock out a chore real quick this morning. I want you to know, I am a cattle farmer. I'm a grass farmer as well. So I have a severe hay fever grass allergy, guys, and I'm going to be suffering since we haven't had any rain in days and days and days. All the grass, which is pollinated by the wind, is just destroying my sinuses. I've taken everything that I can think of. If you guys have any comments down there, any suggestions, let me know. This is an annual thing for me. I have to go through it probably 2 or 3 weeks out of the year, and it's time. This dry season is horrible. So let's get to work. We're gonna go over check on the cows, but first we gotta load up some tools and some gear, and I'll show you guys everything we're gonna do. Contact. Well, we ain't gonna do much right now. We're gonna run out of fuel if I don't put some dang gas in the four-wheeler. Oh, it's always something. You guys live like this? One thing that I definitely prefer on the other four-wheeler is the fuel filler is right here versus in the middle of the machine right here. I prefer the side load fuel. This thing holds about 5 gallons. We're just gonna put 2 gallons in it real quick and get to work. Remember when gas cans were that simple? You guys remember back before they had the non-spill, spill everything gas cans? Like that? Wow. This allergy is so bad that I've got to wear sunglasses to keep the pollen out of my eyes. Ah, so bad. Got a deer over here. All right, inside the shop here, I've got a bucket that's already ready with all the goodies I'm gonna need. By the way, the shop is a mess. You guys will see that being fixed very, very soon. We're gonna start a shop organization. This is one of my enduro race cars, and this is one of my enduro race cars. I enjoy a good track day, just like the average guy, right? Love that stuff. We got a big bag of screws in here and a bucket of these insulators, and you guys will see me go to work with those here in just a second. Here's another kind of insulator. we need to grab a drill, and I already have a drill or screw gun set up for this very task somewhere in this pile of tools. Before we really get to sweating in today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to Homebase. This is our day sponsor for today, guys. Homebase is an all-in-one, one-stop shop app. Guys, if you run a small business like me, you know just how important it is to be organized. Homebase, again, is an all-in-one app for hourly teams, time clocks, timesheets, payroll, hiring, human resources, team communication. It's just the all-in-one place. The one app for everything that's built for small businesses. Homebase is free to start, built for small business, and simply saves time, and your team will love it too. So whether you're running a farm like myself, a landscape business, a restaurant, a retail store, Homebase has got you covered. From scheduling to swapping shifts to payroll, Homebase has you covered. Be sure and check out the link down in the video description, or simply scan this QR code right here and you can check out Homebase. Remember, it's free to start, it's built for small business, and it's simply the one app for everything small business. A huge thank you to Homebase for sponsoring today's video here on the farm and helping me get more organized with my business. Again, be sure you check out the link down below and in the pinned comment, or just simply scan the QR code right here if you're curious about Homebase. Thank you guys so much, and thank you to Homebase for helping me get more organized on my farm. It's the best way to get your small business organized with an all-in-one app that saves you time, frustration, and money. And we all know time is money when you run a small business. Stay. Well, it's a nice, beautiful, brisk morning. Supposed to be 93 degrees today. Shoo! That's gonna be a little toasty. Morning, cows! Here's what bored cows do. They hang out and they destroy your fences. So here's what they're doing. I've already got a hot wire in right here, but they're mashing down on the fence to the point where they're destroying the fences. This fencing system is designed to have a hot wire ran all the way across the top, all the way around. That fence across over there has a hot wire, and this is what they're doing. They're just mashing down the fence, and you can see it's tearing it all to pieces. Now, we got plenty of grass right here, and this is a sign of happy cows. They're laying down, they're ruminating, they're doing their thing. I forgot to spray tick spray on me. I'm gonna have to run back up to the shop and get that. Ticks are horrible, and I got a little PTSD going on because I have alpha-gal syndrome, which is a syndrome that keeps me from being able to eat at red meat. So, is what it is. I gotta run back up and just soak my legs down. I don't put that stuff on my skin, but I'm gonna soak my pants and my shirt and my waistline. We're gonna be in tall grass today, and that's a big no-no on the farm right now. So the cows are blocking this gate. I'm gonna have to run up to another gate. I think they'll probably follow me all over the place while I'm doing this. That's just cows. They're really mashing the fence down right here. That's not good. Not good at all. All right, let's see if we can get through this gate. Every gate has a lock. Every gate has a lock. I can't stress the importance of keeping your gates locked. I use combination locks, so I'm not toting around grandpa's set of keys, if you get my drift. But every gate needs a lock. Let me show you guys what we've got to do here. So here's what we're doing. We're installing these insulators. This is basically an insulator that's gonna screw to the outside of the post. This is a bag of screws. I'm gonna take my belt loose and I have poked a hole in this bag. I'm gonna run that through my belt loop. And now I got me a tool bag right here to help pull my pants down the whole time we're working. Cows are coming right up the hill right here to me, which is perfect. They're probably gonna rub on the fence and tear it all to pieces as well. I'm gonna reach in here, and these just mount basically up on the post. I'm gonna take my magnetic chuck, and I'm gonna use my self-tapping screw and simply place this right inside the post. Come on, buddy. Okay, don't want to squeeze it too tight. I'll bust my insulator. I want to put it in to where it holds steady, holds itself in place, and is good to go. Typically, this is a gate post or a corner or brace post. Typically, I'm going to tie off to this. I would not have this scenario going, but right now, this is a temporary fix to a big problem. I actually woke up in the middle of the night last night having a nightmare that the cows had mashed the fence down and got out. And I woke up this morning at 5:30 and said, bro, get out and take care of this and get it off your mind, because it was on my mind all night. When you have cattle like this, you got these animals depending on you, it's always on your mind. It weighs heavy on you, especially when you don't have the ideal setup. Cool. That's it. Ready to go. We'll show you how we run the wire in that in just a minute. We're actually going to take off down this hill and just start putting insulators on all the way down. I'll grab my bucket and I'm gonna get to work. We'll get this section done and we'll go to the next section, and then the next section, and then the next section, and here, and then we'll show you guys how we run the wire. We're going to connect it up to the hot wire and be done. Hopefully. That easy. Did you guys see? The cows are super curious. Look at this one. This is what's going on. See him scratching on the fence right there? This is what's tearing the fence up right here. This is BJ. They are super curious about this bucket. These cows have never really had grain since they've been on the farm, but some of the older cows have, and they see this bucket and they think it's food. Watch. I'm just gonna set it right there for a second. BJ has never eaten from a bucket, ever. But the curiosity is just killing him. Get out of the bucket. They will knock over, destroy, tear up, break everything in their path. Watch, let's just watch this for a second. How long will it take BJ to knock this bucket over? There's nothing in there to eat at all. Here it comes. Just drool all in the bucket. Dude! Oh, welcome to my struggles, man. This is that little struggle bus I get to ride every day. All right, we're good down that way. Watch the cows follow me this way. Cows are so curious this morning. I think they're just extremely bored. They're following me like kittens everywhere I go. and they continually rub on the fence. So let's talk about why I'm doing this. You see how they're right on the fence line. They're gonna cut a trail all the way around this entire pasture. They respect the fence as a physical barrier, but not a psychological barrier. So what we're installing is an electric fence wire so that they have a psychological barrier along with the physical barrier. The psychological thing is, if I touch this, I'm going to get shocked. Do I want to shock these animals? No, I never want to harm my animals. The goal is, again, a psychological barrier. That electric fence wire won't hold them back. It's not a physical barrier. Now you see my fence post here, and you can check out the link at the end of this video for how this fencing is installed. But we've got all steel posts, and this is fixed knot 134812 woven wire fencing. The reason we have this fencing here on the farm is because it's gonna last. Why did we decide to use steel posts on the farm? Well, I want this to last my lifetime and the next lifetime. So we build it once and it lasts for 50 or 60 years versus building it and having to replace a pile of wooden posts over, well, in 20, 25 years. So if they were wooden posts, some of them might last 30 years, maybe 40 years, but odds are at about 20, 25 years, when those cows are rubbing up on this fence like this, and it's a wooden post, it's gonna pop. It's just gonna pop it right off at the ground. The posts don't rot at the top. They rot at the bottom where the soil contact is. That's your moisture point, okay? About that deep, you don't have to worry about it. But from the ground level and maybe a little above to about 6, 8 inches, something like that, that's where your post is gonna rot off. You see people with wooden posts cutting the tops off at an angle or putting a cap on it, like a metal cap or a wooden cap on it. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. I say stupid. I don't like to use that word. It's not, it's pointless. It's not stupid. It looks good. It's just pointless. It actually messes your post up. So if you put a wooden post in the ground and you cut the top off of it, you're basically exposing that post. The seal of that pressure treated post is only down in there so deep. It doesn't penetrate 100% to the full depth of the post. So if I pound this post in the ground and it's this high and I cut it off, I'm cheating myself. It's gonna let water intrude into the post and cause it to rot quicker. Posts don't rot from the top. They rot from the ground level. It's foolish almost, again, a waste of time to cut your post off so water runs off of them. All it's gonna do is run off and run right down the post into the ground and rot off at the ground. Posts don't rot off at the top. If you're cutting them at an angle, you're cheating yourself. You paid for a pressure treated post. Don't cut the pressure treated top of the post off. Doesn't make any sense. Although, it looks pretty. Hey, we got about 40 more posts to go. We've done nearly half of this already and it's only been about 20 minutes. So work smarter, not harder, right? Don't cut the top of your post off. And I made a little hook so I can hang my bucket right up here and I can use it without having to bend over and over again. If I had to put 300 of these in, that's 300 bending over, getting up, bending over, getting up. That'll fatigue you in the long run over a long day. Think about that kind of stuff. It's important. I know we got folks in here that are gonna argue with a fence post here, but it's just a fact. You don't need to cut the top of your post off. Woven wire fencing versus high tensile fencing. Would I do it again with woven wire? Yes. I think your perimeter fence needs to be a physical barrier, and you need to think about it that way. And your interior fences don't need to be a physical barrier. After I go through and put this poly wire up, and this is again a temporary solution, I will come back in the wintertime with high tensile wire and I'll run all high tensile all the way around this. I don't have enough high tensile on hand to handle this job, and that's why we're doing it this way. Work smarter, not harder. That's the main goal here. All right, see how my hand's off to the side? If I held it under there, I'd be catching those shavings, right? See how much I tighten it here, just to where it's snug. Don't mush that, you'll bust it. And when you bust it, that's gonna cause it to fail quicker. These will last 8 to 10, maybe 12 years. But if you screw that screw in too tight and you bust it, it's gonna come off in 2 years, okay? Ask me how I know. Guys, if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell icon down there to notify you when I post a new video. It's a good time here on the farm. You'll get to see me build this out a little bit better, and we've got a huge fencing project coming here on the Stoney Ridge. So folks, not only am I doing fence work here, I'm also assessing the cattle. As they walk around me, I'm doing a little health check. I'm checking their udders. I'm looking to see if they have any sore spots, anybody's limping, how the babies are doing, whether we've got any mastitis with our cattle. It's always something. You've got to keep an eye on these animals. So this gives me a good opportunity to spend a couple hours with the cows this morning and really assess their health and the quality of their health, how they're doing, whether they're fat, skinny, losing weight, gaining weight, all sorts of things that we look out for with our cattle. We've got all of our insulators in place here. I am riding the struggle bus. I can barely talk now. The wind has picked up, but we got some education for you going on. So everything's all set up. Again, typically we wouldn't do this at a gate. We would typically tie off, put an insulator right here and run it that way. And I'm gonna show you that right here on another piece of fencing. This is wood fencing. Clearly it's wood fencing. Here's how we would tie it off. So this is called a termination knot. This is called a bullnose insulator. And this is what we're gonna run permanently over here. Now we've got some wooden fence posts on the farm and some metal fence posts on the farm. The insulators are a little bit different here on these wooden posts. I'm going to show you a couple of different things. So we could zip screws in here if we wanted to, or we could use a fencing stapler and drive a staple in, and that's what these are designed to do. These are set up for a fencing stapler. This is called a belly band, okay? This belly band, it's a little bit messy right here by the fence. By the way, we're going to talk about weeds and weed control here soon too. This is a belly band. It mounts up to your woven wire just like that. It's offsets from your fence, and that's what that is. That's a strain right belly band. So we've got a hot wire here and a hot wire here and a belly band on this side. Now, why do we have a belly band? This is a weaning fence, okay? Mama cow's over here, baby cow's over here. We're gonna separate them. We use a weaning fence. We're gonna have pressure on the side of the fence, or if your cattle are pushing and rubbing on the fence right here, we put a belly band in and they won't rub on it anymore. That is a belly band. Now, what I'm gonna do here is simply tie off to my current electric fence setup right here. I'm just gonna take, this is poly braid. I'm gonna tie off to here, go to that insulator, and run it all the way around the entire perimeter of the pasture. This is gonna take me about 15 minutes to take care of, maybe 20. And if I get a spot where the fencing is loose, I'll simply take that poly wire and I'll just wrap it right around this. So we run our wire up through here. I'll give you a good little detail. This is a strain right geared reel setup. Very nice, easy to use, and it's geared. So in other words, when I say geared, every time we reel it up, we don't get just one revolution. We get 2 or 3 revolutions so we can reel up our wire a lot quicker. Again, this is not permanent. This is a temporary setup. I showed you what the permanent setup is gonna look like. Stay tuned to a future video. I tie a little loop around the end of my poly wire just like this so that I can store it on my reel a little bit easier. It's as simple as tying off right here. All I'm gonna do is simply tie a square knot, granny knot, whatever you want to call it, and then I'm going to run my wire into my insulator and we're hooked up. We're ready to roll. So we can walk with this or we could ride with it on the four-wheeler. Let me show you a little detail of how the wire goes in the insulator. Just like that. That's it. If it needs to be tightened, I will take it and I will wrap it around the insulator a couple times, just like that. It's hard to do with one hand, but I would wrap it around that one right there. Let me see if I can do it with one hand. It's pretty tough. It just slides in here. This fence wire, and what you guys may or may not know, and this is that tidbit of knowledge that you need to have, is that fence wire is going to shrink up in the winter and expand in the summer. So the hotter it gets, the bigger it gets. It stretches out. So you need this to be able to move. All this is tied to the post, but it's not super firmly tied to the post, so the fence can flex and move. Same thing goes over here. It's called hard stapling or not hard stapling. So this probably shouldn't be on that knot right there. Let's look at a better one. There we go. This is not hard stapled. There's some play in there, okay? You need that play because this fence is going to move and you can see where it's moved. Cool? Learning? Good. Now before you tie off, be sure you turn off your electric fence. Be smart, right? All the fencing on this side of the farm is powered by automotive batteries. We just take an automotive battery that doesn't work in a car anymore. Instead of turning it in for a core for 10 bucks or 15 bucks, we use that battery for another 2 or 3 years on the farm, and then we turn it in. We got a lot of batteries and a lot of tires here on the farm. Let's get busy. Come on, baby. A morning's work is done here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. I hope you guys learned a lot. Please post a comment down there. Hope you're subscribed to the channel. Come on back and see me here on the Stoney Ridge. Click that little subscribe button, click that little bell icon. It'll notify you when I post a new video. You can come on back and spend some time on the farm with me and we can learn together. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. Woo! Come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge. Whew. Come on, Sneeze. You can do it. Whew. Through my belt loop. And now I got me a tool bag right here to help pull my pants down the whole time we're working. It's gonna come off in 2 years. Ask me how I know. Come on, Sneeze. Come on, get out there. Whew. Get out of the bucket. Nothing in there to eat at all. Here it comes. Just drool all in the bucket. Dude! Y'all come back now. You hear?